here we are, 9:30 p.m. Friday night. We're about to start our epic Three Peaks journey. 28 k's tonight down to the Cox's River.
No worries.
should have us down there by about 3 a.m. As you can see, pretty epic conditions. Foggy, raining.
Light streaming through the trees.
Light streaming through the trees. It's going to be a big one. Starting in the streets of Katoomba, our walk would take us south onto the expansive Narrowneck Plateau. We quickly left the safety of the streetlights behind us and plunged into darkness. Thick fog with constant rain and occasional wind gusts made for really tough conditions. Our visibility was reduced to about 5 to 10 meters, which meant that we had no easy sense of the progress that we were making. It took us approximately 3 hours to cover the first 13 kilometers down to Clear Hill at the very southern tip of the Narrowneck Plateau. From here, it was only a short descent along a technical single trail down to the Taros Ladder climbing spikes. Hey guys, we've just covered 12 kilometers. It's just gone midnight. Pretty epic. Still pretty extreme conditions, lots of fog and rain. We've been just going on 3 hours, so averaging about 4 k's an hour, which is pretty good. So we're just about to go down Taros Ladders, which is about a 10-meter cliff in the dark.
It's 10 degrees. I don't think my feet have ever been this wet, and it's going to be fun.
Over and out. Descending Taros Ladders in the dead of night proved to be an enjoyable challenge, but we made sure to take our time as the climbing spikes were a little slippery in the rain. From here we traversed over the ridge of Mount Durbet and down into the clearing at Medlow Gap. After less than a kilometre of walking on the White Dog Ridge Fire Trail, we made the turn onto the Katoomba to Canangra walking trail. This is where our plans started to slowly but surely unravel. Once on the walking track, our visibility was never more than about 5 metres, and the track is very overgrown in some places. Staying on the track was quite challenging, and we, along with all of our gear, got completely soaked. Leeches were also very common in the marshes around Mob Soak. We quickly got further and further behind schedule, and by about 4 a.m, with a little over 20 kilometres covered, we knew that we would have to walk all night to even have a chance at a successful attempt. Finally, after approximately 25 kilometres, we found a nice saddle near the top of Mount Yellow Dog to stash our packs. Proceeding with only day packs, we made good progress on the descent to the Cox's River. The world slowly began to expand as first light approached, and we were treated to some fantastic but imposing views of the surrounding mountains, including these great shots with Mount Kanangaroo in the background. At long last, we finally reached the Cox's River shortly after 7 a.m. It had taken us almost 10 hours to cover the 30 kilometres. Finally made it down to the Cox's River. It's taken us 9 hours and 40 minutes to cover 22 kilometres. Conditions have been absolutely brutal.
How much sleep have you had, Timmy?
No sleep. We didn't get to stop for sleep, unfortunately. But the sun is up. The rain has stopped. It's absolutely beautiful down here. Just stunning down here. We're just about to start the huge ascent up Mount Cloudmaker. It's going to be a big one. Looking forward to the challenge. Looking forward to some breakfast at the top as well. We'll check in with you again soon.
That's it.
Like a wallaby run or something.
Yeah.
Crossing the Cox's River was quite enjoyable, but we only got to savour the flat terrain for a few hundred metres. The next big challenge would be the ascent up Mount Strongleg. It was a nasty climb with extreme gradients. It was so steep in some places that we were using the trees and shrubs to pull ourselves up the slippery and loose terrain. Finally, after cresting Mount Strongleg, we were roughly halfway up to the summit of Mount Cloudmaker. We were treated to some excellent views across the valley towards Mount Paralyzer. Alright guys, just checking in. We're about halfway up the massive climb up to Mount Cloudmaker. It's been pretty brutal so far, but the gradients kind of just eased back a bit. We've still got about 6 k's or so to go to the summit, but we've got an amazing view of Mount Paralyzer, which is the second peak, which we'll be climbing probably early in the afternoon. Check it out, it's just behind us, it's incredible. Absolutely stunning, great weather, the rain stopped, it's really overcast so it's quite cool, really good conditions. We're both starting to hurt, we've been going for about 12 or 13 hours straight now, up all night with no sleep, but we're going to press on. We'll check in with you once we reach the summit of Cloudmaker. The final push to the summit of Mount Cloudmaker, although not quite as steep, was still really tough. The track was very overgrown with shrubs, which sliced at our legs and made for very slow going.
Admitting defeat here at the top of Mount Cloudmaker.
Yep, finally made it here. Just on 14 hours it's taken us to do 29 kilometres, which I think goes to show the type of terrain and the conditions that we've been facing up to.
Some shoes fucking destroyed.
The shoes are struggling. We're going to make the sensible decision and turn around now, make our way back to where we've stashed our packs.
Yeah.
So it's just gone midday. We've obviously been awake for 30 odd hours, so it's the right decision to pull out. But we've still got a fairly significant 10 k's to get back to where we're going to set up camp. We're going to get underway. Hopefully might get some cool videos of the descent and give you guys a bit of an idea of the type of terrain we've been covering. It's been bloody challenging to say the least, so Definitely will be back. Definitely want to complete the 3 peaks one day, but today's not the day. We need to do the sensible decision. So
Maybe 1 or 2 trainings before then.
yeah, so we're gonna start making our way back now, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. On our way down the descent now. I just wanted to give you a bit of a preview of the sort of trail we're cruising on. Pretty rough, not super well defined as you can probably see, but we're just going to make some steady progress now. Cruise it down, we've got plenty of time. Made the decision early enough that we can get back with plenty of light. So we're just going to cruise it in.
Some crazy quest. God forbid I am no coward, pitted against a monster, man, a ghost. I wield my blade with crimson gusto, for I'm the proud barbarian host.
Hey dude, you're so uncool, but hey, that's alright. Like there's no need to get uptight. Like the stars and the smile lights up my face. We're all on an amazing flight in space.
I shook city walls and towers, wreaking havoc in the streets. Stood up to me. Fools. Their bloody banners in blazing skies, brandish battle axe and broadsword. Let drums of glory sound like thunder. Hail, barbaric warlord!
Hey dude, you're so uncool, but hey, that's alright. Like there's no need to get outside. Like the stars and the smile lights up my face. We're on an amazing flight in space.
Check out this real cool little high camp high up on the Cloudmaker ridgeline.
Roll my black stallion.
spot, shelter from the wind, perfect site for an angler to tender ascent. Both suitably knackered. We're just about to start the final part of the descent down Cloudmaker. Seriously steep hill. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. There's some pretty incredible views across the valley. So yeah, we'll start making our way down now. Very rocky, very rugged. It's really tough going, but we're almost there on the home stretch now. And then one final climb back up to camp. It's about a 5k climb, so we'll just have to cruise that one, but we're almost there. Looking forward to some rest. After the huge descent back to the Cox's River, all that was left between us and camp was the final 5-kilometre climb to the top of Mount Yellow Dog. The light slowly faded away as we climbed, and we reached our campsite shortly after nightfall. It had taken us about 22 hours to cover the 55 kilometres. We quickly got the tent set up and somehow managed to get a fire going despite having very damp timber. We savoured some hot tea whilst quickly trying to dry our sleeping bags out as yet another storm was rolling in. At long last we got into our sleeping bags and enjoyed our dinner with a whiskey nightcap in bed. It was a bit of a rough sleep as I needed to make some adjustments to the tent fly in the rain during the middle of the night. Fortunately it worked, and we were able to relax and get a few decent hours of sleep. Here we are, it's day 2. We probably walked another 10 k's or so since the last update yesterday. Up a massive climb. We were both arrived at camp pretty broken men, which is why we didn't do an update last night. But it's raining, so great weather. Great weather. We're just about to pack up the tent. We got about a 20k slog back to the car today. Probably going to be pretty slow and sorry progress, but we'll do our best, and hopefully the clouds might open up so we actually get a bit of scenery throughout the day and make it back to the car in one piece.
And stretch.
We departed camp about 9 AM and made steady progress along the K2K trail. It was foggy and raining, so we were quickly resaturated and on the constant lookout for leeches. It was a big relief to reach the White Dog Ridge fire trail, knowing that we only had one serious climb up Mount Durbet left between us and the Taros ladders. Mikey and I just making our way along the top of Mount Durbet, along the ridge line. Probably got about a K and a half to go until we reach Taros ladders, but beautiful trail, nice and smooth, but just beautiful landscape.
Can't you see I've waited long enough? Where do I begin?
We got a bit of sunshine. It's the first time since we left the car that the sun's actually come out. So hopefully it's gonna make for a nice afternoon and a enjoyable trip along Narrowneck through to the finish.
Think I found my place. Can't you feel it growing stronger? Little conquerors, learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin now?
Alright, so we're halfway up Taros ladders now. There's a ledge about halfway up. Top half still above me, and Mikey's just making his way onto the lower section now. Solid, mate.
Just completed Taros. And he's going to have his go.
Learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. Can't you see I've waited long enough? Where do I begin?
Solid. Good job.
After climbing the Taros ladders, the fog and rain quickly closed in on us. Once back on the Narrowneck Fire Trail, we made slow and steady progress along the plateau. Although we couldn't see too far, the visuals of the fog swirling over the cliffs was pretty spectacular. It was great to see some familiar landmarks as we closed in on the finish. Finally, at about 3 p.m, we reached the safety and comfort of the car. Our adventure had lasted over 42 hours and we had covered 78.5 kilometers with a staggering 3,800 meters of vertical climbing and descending. This will certainly be an experience to treasure for a long time to come. Alright, so we completed the journey, made it back. It's been a massive weekend. We're both pretty broken at the moment, but we're enjoying the cruise back in the car. Got the heater on, got a ginormous Coke to get some energy back into me. But wow, what a fantastic weekend. We made it out to Cloudmaker and back. It's been an incredible weekend. We've definitely got some lessons learned as well. Definitely need to make another attempt at the Three Peaks at some stage in the future. So we'll use our valuable experience learned to definitely have another crack at some stage.
To do some training. I think that could do a bit of
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we might not have achieved all 3 peaks, but no regrets. It was a fantastic weekend, a lot of fun, and a great challenge. Definitely the hardest hike that either of us have done. So yeah, we look forward to, I guess, thinking about how everything went down and planning the next one. Any comments to add, mate?
Mate, just that I think we were the only people to get to Cloudmaker in the past 2 months. The last people that have been there were on Australia Day, and it's pretty amazing to go to a place where you know that there has just been no one for like that long. Just to be that remote, that much in the wilderness, was just awesome. Nice work to do.
Absolutely. Stunning scenery, and yeah, we until late this afternoon, we hadn't seen a single person out on the trail. We saw a couple of mountain bikers and a couple of runners on Narrowneck, and that was it. So, stunning experience. Yeah,